It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, Elise, Stefanik, and the J6 hostages. The chairwoman of the House Republican Conference and fourth-ranking GOP congressional representative had this to say last Sunday on Meet the Press. I have concerns about the treatment of January 6 hostages. I have concerns. We have a role in Congress of oversight over our treatment of prisoners, and I believe we're seeing the weaponization of the federal government against not just President Trump, but we're seeing it against conservatives. Hostages, she says, just regular, ordinary, down-home, salt-of-the-earth conservatives being held hostage by the federal government just because of their political beliefs. Do you think the Congresswoman from New York is talking about the 1,220 people charged with actual crimes in connection with the January 6th fascist insurrection, 840 of whom have been convicted? Or maybe she's just talking about the 400-some-odd convicts who are now doing time for their insurrection misdeeds. I bet that's who she means. Stefanik's J6 hostages are actually convicted criminals in prison. This Orwellian bullshit was, of course, condemned immediately by Democrats from coast to coast, but the former congressional representative from Wyoming, Republican Liz Cheney, who also co-chaired the House J6 investigation, she got right to the point when she called it disgusting. Indeed, Stefanik's characterization has got people who have family being actually held hostage in Gaza by Hamas. Well, they're pissed off at her too. Motherfuckers tried to take over our goddamn country live on TV in front of God and everybody, and they're hostages. I mean, you know, this kind of fascist Republican rhetoric isn't surprising or new. It's just that it's totally emblematic of where they are at the current moment. Just full blast 24/7 Orwellian gobbledygook about democracy and freedom and the Constitution, offered seriously as though it were all coming from a legitimate point of view. You know, some of these Republicans seem so genuine and sincere when they insist the insurrection didn't happen, even though the entire world watched it unfold in real time. I'm still not sure which of them know it's a lie, which they repeat as a sort of power play, and which of them sincerely believe it. I'm scared of that first group, the liars, because they're evil, but I am downright terrified of the second group, the believers, because they're crazy and evil. You know, I remember not too long ago, during the first couple of years of the Trump administration, how the conservatives subjected us to condescending lectures continually about how immigrants broke the law and that people don't get to keep their children with them in jail. It was a really lame justification for Trump's human rights violating child separation policy, but that was the position they took. You break the law, you go to jail. Now, contrast their zeal for putting refugees in concentration camps with their deep sympathy for actual criminals who broke actual criminal laws in an attempt to overthrow the government. They're hostages. We are expected to take this all seriously, to avoid pointing out all the hypocrisy, all the contradictions, to play ball, and if we don't, they get really, really angry. The conservatives are getting sicker, and I am getting scareder. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Motherfuckers tried to take over our goddamn country live on TV in front of God and everybody, and they're hostages.